Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting? I'm one of the HCS commentators, and I'm here to bring you another HCS weekly report where today we're going to be talking about Cratos versus Svspector. We have two players without, I guess, one former of Exit and one current, where Cratos was recently dropped from that Exit roster. Meanwhile, Svspector still on there, still trying to find a home. The former duo going at it, for it's what seems like that they were former almost best friends, or at least, a long-time duo, now kind of enemies on the virtual battlefield. We're going to kind of talk about what has caused this rivalry and talk about where they are and ultimately where they're here. So first up, let's talk about Cratos. Cratos, a lot of people think of him recently of calling himself the player that's top 5 in every category. That's up to you to decide whether that's true or not. One thing I can say about Cratos is I think Cratos is amazing for the league. His confidence that he brings along with his skill set makes him a valuable asset both on and off the virtual battlefield. You're talking about a player that's finished second place in 2016, earning $500,000 and multiple top placings since then as well. $20,000 here, $10,000 there. First, second, top 8s. You're talking about a player that's very accomplished in his field and one that brings that passion and that energy to really hype up his teammates mid battles. Not too long ago, Cratos tweeting out this video. I believe this is during 2017. Well, I'm not even sure who he's playing against. Almost like he might have been playing against Svspector right there, or I'm assuming this is where they actually finished second place. Not exactly sure. I can't really tell from it's kind of a low quality one. But if you scroll down, you do see Cratos, Boo Boo Dooble, Hook, and Shooter finishing out second place under Enigma 6 group. Meanwhile, Svspector sniped down Roy and Lunchbox of Evil Geniuses, finishing out 5th place. So he's tweeting out a picture letting him know, like, or at least it feels like to me, letting him know, like, hey, look, you found success in this industry, but just let you know, I'm older brother. That's what it kind of feels like to me. And if we scroll down a little bit, you have this hand in the pocket gesture. I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what that means. You guys can let me know probably in the comments down below, but it like some G stuff right there. I'm not gonna lie, like, no hand in the pocket, I don't know, like, I got you in my pocket, I don't know. All I know is that it was that nice little gif right here. I like it. Even scrolling down from there, you see him posting a screenshot of matchmaking. Him, Tony, and Ixana, which I'm going to assume they were in a party of 3 because he teams with Ixana and Tony quite frequently. With a random going up against Tylenol, Svspector, Mind Freak, and Pressure Dente. Cratos finishing 22, 12 deaths, and even dropping 14 assists, and actually winning this out in a 3-0 fashion in 12 minutes on Aquarius. Again, tweeting out this screenshot, kind of throwing jabs at Svspector, just kind of just poking the bear a little bit. And then if you scroll down, you see Mason, or known as Neighbor, coach of Then Built by Gamers, actually filling in on the roster and pulling off the 3-2 on Unstoppable, which was Svspector, Tusk, Arctic, and Tony 2-turn. 3-2 on him, and you see him tweeting out again more emojis. Got the emojis going, and it kind of makes you feel like he's saying, like, hey, look, again, I'm big brother in this situation, and I feel like you need me in order to succeed, and I'm gonna let you know about it. I'm gonna poke the bear, maybe trying to get into the head from when they match up head to head. Let's see what Svspector has to do to respond, because I thought this was hilarious. So Svspector tweets out after all of this, after all of these tweets, he tweets out, "My ex is acting crazy on Twitter lately. Hope they find peace," with the yawn emoji. That to me is the funniest response in the world, because on the surface you think he might be talking about an ex-girlfriend, but no, he's actually talking about Cratos. That is probably the best response that you can imagine coming out of Svspector, again currently on Exit, looking for that new roster. And you guys know how I feel about Svspector. I love me some Cratos. I think, again, a valuable asset both on and off the virtual battlefield, but I truly believe Svspector is one of the most underrated players that we have in our scene, and this to me was hilarious. Since then, I haven't really seen too many tweets or anything. It's actually funny because I actually asked Svspector to play in a tournament with me, and he said he actually would have been down, but He had to do a Metafy coaching session. By the way, shout out to Metafy Spector. If you guys want to take your game up another level, hit up Svspector as a coach. His prices are pretty low. But either way, I was going to play with him, but he had to do a Metafy coaching session. And in the first round, we actually matched up against Cratos. So I think it was Cratos, Piggy, Exana, and Nebula, I believe it was, actually matched up against, which was really funny. Would have been cool to see Svspector versus Cratos in that tournament. Now let's see how they're doing without each other, because I think that's important. That's important for context. So on Sunday, I believe, so just 2 days ago, we had an open tournament where you play through the open, and then once you get to the top 8, you finish that out on this Thursday in a best of 5 format. Let's look at Cratos first. Cratos bringing back the name Crowd Pleasers. I love that name. I think it's an amazing name. So happy he brought it back. However, he did get 2-0'd by Fnatic in round 5, so that's going to put him out into the elimination bracket. Does Crowd Pleasers made up of Avenue, Exana, Piggy, and Cratos. You have Piggy, formerly of Torrent, Exana, formerly going by Rob Exhales, and then Avenue, a part of that triplets, brothers with Suppressed and Diagram. They actually lost to Fnatic, who have just recently signed Rami. Let's move on, and then actually in round 10 of the elimination bracket, literally 1 round away from making it into the top 8, Crowd Pleasers, they end up dropping to Young Complexity, Monster, Vetra, Neuronical, and Cycle, 2-0ing them and stopping Crowd Pleasers just 1 round away from making it into Thursday's matchup. Now we see that Cratos sadly didn't make it over to the top 8, but I think they played phenomenal. Piggy is a freaking slayer and a half. And let me tell you, I'm surprised Piggy hasn't been scouted out by some top teams, because he really is an ultra talented individual that we have in our scene, along with Exana and Avenue. And sadly, they weren't able to make it out. Now let's look at where Svspector lies. Svspector actually making it through the winners bracket, round number 7. Again, Cratos dropped to round 5. He actually made it just 2 more rounds. He would have made it into Thursday's matchup through the winners bracket, but instead, it's Incognito, Carmea, Svspector, Tusk, and Arctic. Rumored to be this exit roster, as Svspector and Arctic are signed with exit. Tusk was former teammates with Arctic, I believe, on Space Station Gaming, to my knowledge. And Carmea, a young, hungry, soon-to-be veteran, but still kind of a young gun in our scene here. He's super young, but again, super hungry, and the man can put up numbers. He can stuff the stat sheet. They're going to be playing against G1. I know how big I am on G1 in the first round of the top 8 on Thursday. So in the short term, Svspector, made it out, and Cratos didn't. However, going into the future, never count Cratos out. He always seems to come back. He always seems to find that right group. And again, the energy that he brings, the passion that he brings is really unmatched. And I'm sure that his future teammates, whoever he decides to go with, will end up feeding off of that. So never count Cratos out. But I'll even say the same thing for Svspector. Again, one of the most underrated players that we have in our league. If you guys like these kind of videos, please let me know down below. We can do more about it, but I like a little drama on the scene and whatnot, and I thought it was really fun, and hopefully we can do this again. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to talk live, twitch.tv/YNOT_casting. We actually stream every day at 10 o'clock in the morning, and usually stream for about 4 to 6 hours, and sometimes even longer than that. And we just talk about this stuff live. I call this the barbershop talk. We always want to talk about the drama, the possible roster moves, and we have a lot of fun with it. So make sure you guys check me out there and on Twitter. All the socials down below in the description. You guys have a good one. Peace.